Australia woke up to horror. What began as a normal day at one of the world's most famous beaches ended in terror, bloodshed, and national grief. Bondi Beach, a symbol of peace, tourism, and multicultural Australia, became the site of one of the deadliest mass shootings in the country's modern history. 15 people are dead. 27 are injured. Families are shattered. And a nation is asking one urgent question. How did this happen? Tonight, we break down what happened at Bondi Beach, who the attackers were, who the victims were, the hero who ran toward the bullets, and why Australia is now moving toward tougher gun laws. This is not just a story about violence. It is a story about hate, courage, failure, and humanity. Just after midday, witnesses say the atmosphere at Bondi Beach was calm. Families were walking along the promenade. Children were playing near the sand. Tourists were taking photos under the bright Australian sun. Then, gunfire. Multiple shots rang out near a crowded area close to the beach and surrounding walkways. People screamed. Some froze. Others ran for their lives. According to authorities, 2 attackers opened fire on civilians, targeting people at random before it became clear that the Jewish community was specifically targeted. Police were flooded with emergency calls within seconds. Witnesses describe people collapsing, others pulling loved ones to safety, and bystanders desperately trying to help the wounded while bullets were still flying. Within minutes, Bondi Beach, usually filled with laughter, turned into a war zone. The scale of the loss is devastating. Authorities confirmed that 15 people were killed, ranging in age from 10 years old to 87. Among the victims, children, parents, elderly citizens, tourists, community leaders. One story has shaken the world. A Holocaust survivor, who had already lived through unimaginable horror decades ago, was among those killed. Witnesses say he shielded his wife with his own body, taking the bullets meant for her. He survived genocide, only to be killed by hatred again. For many Australians, this moment symbolized the cycle of violence that history keeps repeating. 27 others remain hospitalized, several in critical condition. Doctors say some victims may face lifelong injuries. Australian media identified the attackers as a father and son. Sajid Akram, 50 years old. And Naveed Akram, 24 years old. The father immigrated to Australia in 1998. The son was born in Australia. Police confirmed that the father was killed at the scene, while the younger attacker was neutralized after being shot by police. Authorities have officially declared the shooting a terrorist attack. Investigators are now examining radicalization pathways, online extremist content, and motives linked to anti-Semitism, possible prior warning signs. So far, officials say there is no evidence of a wider network, but investigations remain ongoing. The question many Australians are asking is, were warning signs missed? In the middle of the chaos, one man did the unthinkable. While people were running away, he ran toward the gunfire. His name is Ahmed Al-Ahmed, a refugee, a father of 2 daughters, a man without permanent residency status in Australia. Witnesses say Ahmed arrived by taxi, heard the gunshots, and immediately understood what was happening. According to his lawyer, Ahmed took cover behind a tree with a detective and waited for the shooter to reload. When the moment came, Ahmed charged forward. He kicked the gun away from the attacker, risking his own life to save others. In the confusion, police briefly mistook Ahmed for the shooter and opened fire. He was hit multiple times in the shoulder. Only when a detective shouted, "He's with me," did police stop shooting. Ahmed is now recovering in hospital. Australian officials have called him a real-life hero. His bravery likely saved countless lives. The irony? Despite risking his life for Australia, Ahmed does not have permanent legal status in the country. His wife is pregnant. His children are Australian citizens. And yet, his future remains uncertain. As news spread, the world responded with shock and grief. Vigils were held across Australia, Europe, North America, the Middle East. Candles were lit. Names were read aloud. Prayers were offered. Jewish communities worldwide expressed fear but also solidarity. Leaders from multiple countries condemned the attack, calling it an act of pure hatred. For many, Bondi Beach became a symbol, not just of tragedy, but of the global rise in extremist violence. In the aftermath, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese addressed the nation. He announced that stricter gun laws will be placed on the cabinet's agenda immediately. Proposed measures include time limits on gun licenses, stricter background checks, stronger monitoring of firearms ownership. Australia already has some of the world's toughest gun laws. But this attack has reignited a painful debate. Are they enough? Opposition leaders, gun safety advocates, and community organizations are demanding swift action. Others warn against politicizing tragedy. But one thing is clear. Australia does not want to relive this nightmare. Bondi Beach will reopen one day. Tourists will return. Children will play again. The ocean will look the same. But Australia will not. 15 lives were lost to hatred. Dozens were changed forever. And one man reminded the world what courage looks like. This is a story of terror, but also of humanity. And the question remains, will we learn from it, or wait for the next tragedy?